Hello and welcome to part 2 of my Progressing Your Character Guide series. Wow, that needs a better title than that. It does not roll off the tongue at all. So, in part 2 of this video, one of the things that I want to talk about specifically is AP farming. AP is the fuel to your weapon, and while it goes on infinitely, 75 is the level that you want to hit as quickly as possible. If you're hitting 75 quickly, you are unlocking the third trait in your third relic on the Netherlight Crucible. The Netherlight Crucible is a ginormous pickup in DPS, HPS, or mitigation, depending on what your role is. But that Crucible is vital, and one might call it crucial, to your character's progression. And to fully unlock it, you need to be level 75 in your weapon. So, the first thing that we're going to kind of go over here is the Netherlight Crucible and why it is so important, because not everybody has it unlocked, not everybody really understands it. So the Netherlight Crucible, first off, is an account-wide relic boosting thingy. So you unlock it once on one character, and all the other characters have access to it. So that's awesome. It is unlocked in the end of the Antorus quest campaign. So by the time that you complete these 3 zones, you will have the Netherlight Crucible. So if you have not done that yet, it is a priority, and you can get all of Antorus done and your Netherlight Crucible unlocked within a day with very, very little time gating. I believe the time gating is a couple of missions here or there that may not actually even be related to the Netherlight Crucible. So if you don't have it unlocked, get it unlocked. So kind of chatting about the Crucible, here's what happens. You've got your relics, right? And now your relics have new passives that get added onto them. Now what you're seeing here is you're seeing my Paladin, Holy Pally, which is a 70 artifact trait right now. My Priest has 2 weapons at 75. So my Priest actually has all 3 unlocked. And as you go through, the very first tier for each weapon is just an item level boost. The second tier for each weapon is actually what plays off of the ring that you get for killing Argus in the end of Antorus. Okay? That ring that boosts the power of the secondaries is a ring that typically only is good if you have relics with good second passives. Okay, so to kind of make sense of that again, you're going to get a ring from killing Argus that is going to boost the power of the second tier traits. Well, these are the second tier traits right here. Okay, and to find out what your second tier trait is and how good it is or how good it is not, you should be checking out things like Icy Veins or class guides, because not all of these second tier traits are good. And these second tier traits feed into a third tier trait. And so the game kind of is interesting because, Chaotic Darkness, for example, for me is not a great third tier trait, but down here is Shock Treatment, which is my best third tier trait. Sorry, I meant second, but yeah, my best third tier. But it's okay because I went for tiers over here. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing that word, which is not a terrible third tier trait. And Secure in the Light is a good second tier trait. And again, this is Holy Pally specific. So you want to look up your class basically, see what you're up against. But this is why getting to 75 is so important. So I cannot stress that enough. So how do you effectively farm getting to 75? Well, first things first, if you're a boosted character, you have the easiest access to 75 over anybody. You really, really do. You have the Suramar campaign, which is just a boatload of AP. You have the Artifact Appearance questline that you pick up in Azuna that takes you through Emerald Nightmare, that takes you then, over to Nighthold. And again, it is an obscene amount of AP. And then just in case you needed more, you have the entire Argus campaign, which is so much freaking AP. It is actually possible to level to 75 if you're a boosted character. Just running those 3 zones to their completion, you'll probably very, very close, between 73 to 74 at least, because some of these tokens that you're getting for the Suramar quest campaign are 26 billion AP. So if you're not a boosted character, and if you're someone who's done these zones already, and you're someone who is just trying to effectively farm AP, well, let's break into that. The first thing you're seeing here is you're seeing my map. And my map is being modified by the World Quest Tracker, which I went over in my mod guide. As you can see, each zone has all of their AP tokens laid out for me. Beautiful, beautiful AP. We love all of it. And so in the course of a day of playing WoW, I will just go zone to zone, only hitting AP tokens. That's it. I don't bother with gold. I don't bother with OR because I'm going to get OR passively through just about everything I do. And gold, again, is going to be order hall missions. I'm just getting AP in every single one of them. Some people like to do the quests as they're up every day. Power to you. But again, if you're just an AP farmer, if you're just saying, how the hell can I get as much AP as possible? This is it. Now, let's first start with the fact that Argus and Broken Shore are offering your best AP tokens. You can see here in Azuna, you've got 1.2 billion AP tokens across the board for Azuna. Hell, you even have a 680 million token. But yet Broken Shore is 4 billion, 2 billion, 2 billion just about. And Argus has, a healthy handful, though. Argus, you're not seeing a lot on Argus because I already did them today because I have no life. But yeah, Argus typically has much higher payout for AP. So when you're AP farming each day, you want to get your Argus done, you want to get your Broken Shores done, and then you kind of want to break into each zone. And each day, it takes me about an hour to do all of the AP quests in each zone. And that is me just putting my head down and getting it done. Not being interrupted by anything and kill, kill, kill. It also helps that I can fly. If you can't fly, it is going to take you longer. That's just the truth of the matter because, well, you've got to fucking walk everywhere. But if you can fly, you can absolutely, as I look at my AP board right now, oh my god, I could knock that out easily. So you've got the AP that comes from the quest board alone. And I cannot stress enough, just doing that every day can pretty much bring you close to a level in some cases. Or if not, give you a half a level once you get up to that 72 plus area. Now next, it's going to be your daily heroic. I do my daily heroic every single day. It comes with a better AP token than what you see here, and it comes with Awakening Essence, and Awakening Essence is essentially a free legendary once you get to 1,000. I cannot stress enough how important your daily heroic is. It is mundane, it is annoying, but oh my god, you should be doing it every day. Again, that Awakening Essence is just too valuable, and if you're in the legendary hunt like I am, especially if you're in the hunt for a specific Lego, Awakening Essence, you just can't get enough. So the next part for AP that I'm doing each week, and I'm making sure I do this each week, is I'm doing all 4 Antorus wings. I am not failing to get those done. And if I'm feeling ambitious, I'll go do all 4 Tome wings. And that's a good, healthy amount of AP that you're getting. Do I mess with these other wings? Not really. The AP is okay, but the work involved, because a lot of people... LFR is a nightmare, you guys know that. I personally don't bother with Nighthold, Trial of Valor, or Emerald Nightmare. I just don't. Next, when it comes to AP, is going to be Mythic Pluses, which is going to be your Keystones. What? Yeah, where the hell is my... There's my Keystone. Like, right now I've got a 7 Arcway. AP farming through Mythic Pluses is not only effective, but it's also effective for gear. I can't really stress that enough. In a given week, I'll run as many Mythic Pluses as I can, partially because they're fun, partially because they're a good source of legendary farming, and partially because the gear is decent in them, once you get up to higher tiers. So, between your world quests that you should do every day, if you can, if you have the time to do it, your LFR wings, and Mythic Plus farming in your daily heroic, getting AP is not a challenge. Right now, my Holy Pally is level 70 on my weapon. 2 days ago, I was 35. Now, that's not remarkable because the jump to 35 can happen within an hour, okay? But right now, I'm 70. And I'm going to tell you right now, by Friday, I'm going to be 75. Easily. And I'm not going to kill myself to do it. Some other things to note, some free AP sources is doing your Mythic Plus every week is going to give you a chest in your order hall that is going to also have AP in it. It's also going to have Awakening Essence. Another source of AP that I don't do is going to be PvP, a great source of AP though. It really is. The better PvP you do, the more AP you're going to get. And so that's pretty much going to cover AP. And so finally, besides AP, and I'm going to kind of include this in this guide, is legendary farming. Anything that has the ability to drop loot in Legion has the ability to drop a legendary. And I'm talking anything. I've actually, in my Legion career, have gotten 2 legendaries from Blingtron 6000. If you can get someone to lay a Blingtron 6K free every day, you're in the race, you know what I mean? Your caches every day are your best percent, hands down, for legendary. Those things come at a fat 4% towards the LPT. And if you don't know what LPT is, see my guide about legendary, or about mods, and in that is legendary protection. But yeah, your cash is a fat amount. And then finally, for legendary farming, the best source of LPT percent is going to be invasion points. And the invasion points come up once every 6 hours, and they are annoying as hell, and I can't stand them, but they are really good sources of LPT, Legendary Protection, and along the way you're going to see a lot of rares. The one thing I want to point out, again, going back to my mod guide, I talked about TomTom, and one of the things that I forgot to point out about TomTom in my mod guide is for example, Sambo in our guild, he's a hunter. He has, I believe, TomTom or another mod that's basically reporting anytime that he sees rares, okay? And so anytime that he's seeing rares, it's actually getting reported to my TomTom. And so I can actually see a rare. I might see a star here, and it might say, Jack Officer was spotted by Sambo an hour ago. And I know, oh shit, hey, there's a rare out there that I didn't know about. So the more people in guild that use stuff like TomTom, the more map reporting there is available to all of us. I know TomTom used to have a feature that it reported nodes for resources and stuff, but that was before you could multi-tap. So that kind of, I think, went by the wayside. But so legendary farming comes down to mythic pluses. It comes down to doing your LFRs. You're going to get a high percent for doing normal bosses, and a higher percent for doing heroic, and a higher percent for doing mythic. And so I farm the shit out of legendaries, but the biggest way that I farm legendaries is that 1,000 essence. That 1,000 awakening essence is a free legendary. And if you do your daily heroic every day, you do your Antorus LFR, you do a mythic plus every week, at least one mythic plus a week, right? And if you do one PvP battleground, I think it's a rated one, you can get one legendary once every 7 to 8 days. Absolutely, with very little effort. And I mean that, very little effort. Just the legendary I'm talking about, you don't even have to do world questing for. You really don't. If you did, invasions and other things like that, it's all pretty easy. So this has been my AP and legendary farm guide, and to a degree, how to get better gear. Mythic Plus, again, it just can't be stated enough for just how valuable Mythic Plus is for gear. Kind of giving an idea here, for me as a pally, a holy pally especially, one of my best items here in Return to Karazhan actually comes from Maiden of Virtue, and it is the Drape of Shame, which drops at a base level of 885. Well, for a healer, that cloak actually has a 30 eye level value to it because of its passive. So an 885 base level is actually worth 915. Well, if I go and I farm lower Karazhan on higher Mythic Plus levels, which I do, and I land myself, a 900 to a 910 Drape of Shame, which probably will never happen, that's a 930 to 940 value worth of Drape of Shame. And that's where Mythic Plus really helps you cover the gear gap to get into Antorus Normal. So I hope this video has been a help to you. This is how I stay ahead of the game and how I farm, and some of the ways that, I gain more AP. And I'm going to tell you right now, Illidan, you ain't got shit on me, bro. What have you sacrificed?